Hello, and welcome
Should
to
we?
the ITT podcast, episode 3. This is Azhek, Naaman, your host, and today with us we have Seb and Jesse. Guys, you'd like to introduce yourselves?
I am Sebastian Dormehl. I will be one of the hosts today. I am the resident Chaos Space Marine player.
And I am Jesse Swift. I am the resident Imperial Guard player.
And I'm Azhek, Naaman, your fellow Space Wolf and Eldar person.
So, very
Did
good.
you miss me last week?
Yeah, definitely. Now, it's not been the most interesting week for me, unfortunately. I've not had much of a chance to play any games. I have started assembling a Mauler Fiend for my Chaos Space Marine army, because I like the idea of, the Mauler Fiend just charging up the battlefield, more or less ignoring most terrain. It's a scary thing.
Yeah, 12 inches every turn.
Yes, definitely. And
What's the attacks? Like, what is the strength and AP of the tentacles?
Oh, heck, I don't even remember. I think the tentacles only reduce the amount of attacks the enemy has, whereas the Mauler Fiend flat out just has 2 attacks with its Power Fists at Initiative 3, I think.
Ah, it also has Fleet.
Yep.
So it can re-roll its dice on its charge.
Are you putting the magma tendrils on it?
I'm not quite sure if I want Magma Cutters or if I want tentacles on it, because I like the Magma Cutters for taking out any priority tanks or something, but instead
That would be a good target for Chosen, though.
Yeah, exactly. I've got a squad of Raptors currently that all have melter weaponry. So it's 5 Raptors. 2 of them have melter weapons, and the champion has a combi melter. So it's like they just appear, shoot something to shit, and then whatever.
The tendrils give you more attacks, right?
I'm trying to remember currently.
I got the codex on me. I'll look in the profiles.
Yeah, I'm looking as well.
I mean, really, if you've got melt already, a Mauler Fiend's only going to be good for smashing squads, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. So each set of Lasher Tendril will reduce the attack characteristics of every model in base contact, whilst they remain in base contact. That's it. Doesn't say it gives any extra attacks.
Does it say to a minimum of 1?
Yes, to a minimum of 1.
So that's only good against characters.
More or less. Yeah.
Well,
Eldar aspect warriors.
Or cavalry, for that matter.
true. But wouldn't Lasher Tendrils also make it so that even if a unit charged, all their men only have 1 attack instead of 2?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Although
That's
why
good
you'd want
point.
to charge a Mauler Fiend is beyond me.
If you don't have any other options, the Mauler Fiend's going to be coming at your face incredibly quickly. So you might as well get the charge instead of,
But then you don't.
Yeah, but in all fairness, if it can move 12 inches and then charge, nobody's going to get a charge on you anyway.
Nope, odds are pretty small, but that's the point. The Mauler Field will be roaring down the battlefield, and you need to deal with that in some kind of way. Now, its armor is only 12, I think, except on the rear, so...
So about as good as a Rhino as survivability goes?
Yeah.
Well, it's also got Demon, so it can, doesn't it have that...
And it will not die.
Yeah.
So you need to immobilize it and kill it in one go.
Or roll really badly.
Bobster says you'd kill it with conscripts. I guess he means with like Overwatch. Although actually no, conscripts Overwatch wouldn't be able to hurt the armor.
Strength 3 las guns? Nope.
No.
No, the best
what's
thing
their
to take
melee
down that
strength?
for Imperial Guard would be IG veterans with demolitions upgrade, because then you'd have 10 melta-bombs and a demolition charge going in.
What's the rear? Well, actually, it doesn't matter what the rear armor is. Conscripts are strength 3 base, aren't they?
Yeah. They're basically
So
the
they
same
would-
as Guardsmen, except they don't have any special equipment, and they're leadership 5.
So they wouldn't be able to hurt a Mauler Fiend then.
Nope. They could tie it up if they have a commissar with them.
But that's the point, like, the the idea with the Mauler Fiend is more or less that it ties other things up unless you've given it magma cutters, in which case it wants to go destroy something. So yeah, I had people suggesting like, oh yeah, run it with a smith or something. It's like, yeah, because the smith's going to be keeping up with the Mauler Fiend. Not so much.
Can a smith take a bike for chaos?
That'd be pretty cool.
I don't think so.
I
I think they're really, really
Space
limited in their
Marines
options. I'm pretty sure they
okay.
can't.
Well, that sucks.
So, new releases? Or, no, not new releases. Last week's releases, yes.
Imperial Knights.
Knights, indeed.
Yes.
So we got what? 3 new knights on top of the 2 we had already, not including the Forge World.
2 new knights, what I can see. Knight Crusader, Knight Gallant, and... No, wait a second. There is also the Knight...
Warden? Or has that been around?
Warden, Gallant, and Knight, yes.
Yeah, you had the Paladin and the Errant before, didn't you?
Yes.
We've now got the Warden, the Gallant, and the Crusader.
Yes. So they look cool.
And they've updated the rules for the other 2 as well.
Yes. I find it scary. I mean, they've got front armor 13. Side 12, rear 12. There's super heavy walkers. 6 hull points.
And that iron shield, don't forget that.
Yeah, they all have iron shields. Not iron, sorry.
I read earlier that if you take the, what's it called? It's like a formation, I think it's called the Baron formation or something. And then you take the Sanctuary Relic, you can give the whole formation 2-up invulnerable save. The weapons behind a 2-up invuln, anyone?
That's pretty scary. Like, that's unpleasant as shit.
I think it's still like single directional, but even so.
Yeah, but how many points are we talking at that point?
It would probably be cost prohibitive.
I mean, a knight is about 350 to 400 points each. And the upgrade is, hold on.
So we'd be looking at,
1,500 points just for the knights, really.
And the upgrade's only 15 points. So it'd be like 1,200 points for the formation.
It would be an apocalypse formation, that's for damn sure.
I don't think it is, actually.
It would be something that you'd only use in an apocalypse game because of the high point.
Well, not if you took a pure Imperial Knight army. I'm pretty sure I could get 4 Imperial Knights into a 1,500 point list.
But that's just scary. I mean, that's a lot of... It's a lot of points. I don't know. I personally like fielding a lot of troops and kind of interesting looking things instead of just fielding a massive knight. And I mean, just by sheer luck of rolls and everything, at some point, if you field an equivalent amount of just enough gunfire to take it down, well, you'll be, failing the roll at some point.
I'll tell you what, Seb. Let's have a game of Vassal this week. I'll take Imperial Knights against whatever army you like.
Okay, we'll see.
Is that 2-up armor, or is that 2-up invulnerable save just for shooting, or is it in combat as well?
2 seconds. I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I think we can all agree it's fucking scary either way. I mean, a 2-up invulnerable save on something that large is just...
There's lots of scary things in 40k.
Yes, this is true. I'm just casually waiting for something really, really, really scary to pop out in the Chaos Space Marine section. Come on, Games Workshop.
We'll test it and see how it goes.
I'm up for that. That doesn't sound like a terrible idea, really.
So yeah, just segue in a bit. I had a game this week.
Oh?
Yeah. It was me and a Tau player against Chaos Space Marines and Space Wolves.
That's an interesting match.
Yeah, sounds very peculiar.
Please tell me he was Tzinch.
I think so, actually. And he had 1,000 Suns on the board, which was hilarious.
Oh, my brain just exploded.
Wow.
Yeah. And, well, we basically swept them. Yeah, I took a single full-strength guard platoon, which was enough guardsmen to basically make a line right across the board and then just advance in a wave. And I had a...
Must have looked very cinematic.
Oh, it did. I have pictures of it on the group, actually. And it was the first game that I ever played my Vindicare Assassin on. His first shooting phase, he blew up a Chaos Rhino that had a bunch of 1,000 Suns in it.
Was that with Turbo Pen?
Yes. The Strength 10 shot against vehicles.
But I mean, 1,000 Suns are expensive to field. They're like 150 points. So,
I tell you what, I love the lore of 1,000 Suns, but in 40k,
Very
they're
tragic.
just useless.
yeah, I mean, look, you're looking at 150 points for 5,000 Suns. 150 points. I mean, that's absurd.
For 5,000 Suns, that's a pretty good deal.
No. No. Not funny. How dare you?
I tell you what though, if they release, when they release 1,000 Suns for 30k, I am there. My name's Azhek, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, no, they're really cool. I mean, even the bolters having, AP3 makes them a bit scary.
Don't they also ignore cover?
Oh, shit, do they?
I'm fairly certain that they do. Where they're flame
slow
weapons.
and purposeful. They have Inferno bolts. No, it's the Inferno bolts.
Yeah.
To the Codex.
So, what was the question?
So yeah, I basically advanced across the board in a huge wave. They tried to stop it, but the Tau in back just neutered their army. And when the Thunder Wolf Talon thing, the big Space Wolf flyer, what's it called? A Stormclaw?
Which one? The one with the cannon or the one with the
transport one.
Stormwolf.
Yeah, that came on the board with most of the Space Wolf players' army. It was 16 Assault Marines or Space Wolf equivalents, and a Rune Priest, and I think it was his Warlord or something like that. And a Riptide basically just snapshot a big nasty fusion ion gun into it and blew it up. And he called game right there.
I tell you what, that reminds me. When I first started playing Wolves, I had in my army, I had a squad of 10 Wolfguard with a Rune Priest, Ragnar Blackmane, all in a Stormwolf. The first time I played was against a Tau player. He shot it out the sky and I lost 750 points in one shot.
Okay, I have information now. So, no ignores cover, they're just AP3 bolters. They have Aura of Dark Glory and the Mark of Zinch, so they're a 4-up invuln save, which is kinda nice.
Yeah.
But that's about it. Like, eh.
I guess it really depends on the circumstances that they're in.
It's just one of those situations where there are better options in the Codex.
Yeah.
I mean, a Blitz.
I mean,
Your
as I
obliterators.
said before, I love 1,000 Suns. I did used to have a 1,000 Suns army, but they were based on the Blood Angels Codex.
What?
Yeah. Librarian Dreadnoughts.
Giving cultists the Mark of Tzinch is hilarious sometimes.
What, a 6-up invuln save? That is the biggest waste.
I know, but it's hilarious when you hit cultists with a big, nasty Baneblade cannon or something like that, and they make their saves, and some of them survive and just stay on the board.
You could just give them Marcus Slanesh and then get the Feel No Pain, which is, has a limited
If
use.
it's double your toughness, you can't make a Feel No Pain.
Limited use, this is true, but I still find that the Feel No Pain almost outvalues it.
Plus, they get a bonus to movement, don't they?
No.
He sounded so despondent.
Just a quick welcome to Italy from Fraggle Calestis. Hello.
Sorry, what?
Can you see the chat on the stream?
My stream is literally buggered when I try to open the link.
Oh, okay. Italy's watching.
Awesome, the entirety. Wow. Entirety.
Hello,
Italy.
Italy. Sorry,
Can you give me a link to the Twitch account? To the Twitch page, I mean? Thank you.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, yeah.
Aside from the game that I actually won, I've been working on a few things. 2 Aegis defense lines I assembled, and an Imperial Bastion, the only one in the city. No one else, none of the other players have bothered with fortifications. And Hydra Flak Tank. And a unit of 10 or 12 Rough Riders that I made from Minas Tirith cavalry mixed with Cadian shock troopers.
Cool. Personally, I like fortifications for, scenery reasons. Not a humongous fan of the the special rules that they bring necessarily, but they add something nice to the battlefield.
If they're part of the scenery, then they become, what is it called? It's a word starting with D.
Difficult terrain?
What's that?
Difficult terrain? What?
No, they become, they basically get one less to their armor on all sides. If they're taken as scenery.
Dilapidated.
Yeah, that's the word. Dilapidated. That.
It's like abandoned.
Yeah. That's,
worn.
Reasonable.
Yeah, but you can also take them in formations, which I like. Like the Imperial Strong Point, which is very nice.
You'd think a formation is something that's, advancing upon you or something.
Here's a tip for you, Jesse. Put an Icarus last cannon on top, stick your Vindicator in top, and get your Vindicator to fire the last cannon. All of the special rules
I'm
apply.
sorry, what? Oh, okay.
I don't have any Vindicators.
No, Vindicator Assassin.
Ah, okay. Wouldn't it be better off just using his rifle?
Trust me. Give it a go.
Alright, I'll try it.
Sounds pretty scary when somebody just...
But it's a Skyfire weapon, so I'd be snap shooting anyway against ground targets.
No, Skyfire is optional.
Oh, okay. I thought it was Skyfire meant that the weapon could shoot full ballistic skill against flyers, but it had to snap shoot against ground targets.
But it has Interceptor as well, which makes it optional.
Oh, okay. So that means that the Hydra Flak Tank would not have it because it's not Interceptor.
I believe so, yes.
But yeah, the Icarus Las Cannon. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Although the rule for Skyfire actually say that you can choose to use Skyfire that turn.
Well, yeah, you get
Anybody
the
got a
choice.
rule
It's just
book?
your snap shooting if you're firing at a ground target.
No, that's not what I meant. Hold on, let me grab my rule book.
So, Sebastian, what next?
Yes. Well, one thing we didn't actually talk about a lot with the Knights was the formations. Which look bloody scary. Like, we looked at one of the formations, sure. But, the what is it? The Tripartite Lance, which is one Knight Gallant, one Knight Warden, and one Knight Crusader.
Yes.
Wherein the formation members reduce enemy cover saves by -1, or they inflict D3 Hammer of Wrath hits.
Ooh.
Or, their blast weapons are twin-linked. It's terrifying. It's, pretty cool.
I know Skyfire is not optional anymore.
Oh?
It used to be.
I guess it only works with the Interceptor rule then. But yeah, truthfully, I think that the Vindicare Assassin would be better off just using his Turbo Penetrator round. Because it's Strength 10 AP2 as opposed to a Strength 9 AP2. If he uses the las cannon.
Oh, wait a second. Here we go. By the way, sorry. With the Iron Shield save, if you go with the Baronial Court 3 to 5 Knights, that's a +1 Iron Shield save if it is the front arc. So yeah, with what we were talking about earlier, it is the front that it's the 2-up save, I believe.
Ah.
But it's scary, right? They also get Baron, and all formation members within 12 inches may overwatch and counterattack.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah. That's when you have 3 to 5 Knights.
Yeah, so that would be pretty points intensive, but quite doable in a larger game.
That would be the 4-Knight detachment I ran against you for 1,500 points.
Yeah, that sounds scary.
Yeah. Oh, apparently we got like 9 people viewing on our Twitch.
Hey.
Awesome. Cheers, people. Hello.
Hello, all Italian group people and people from Facebook.
As well as it also has the Exalted Court, which is 3 to 5 Knights, where it says Council of Lords. Each member may select a single heirloom. If primary detachment, may reroll Warlord trait. Warlord trait reroll misses. The Warlord rerolls misses in a challenge.
Nice.
It's kind of funny that they can like choose heirlooms. It's like, it's this thing that's been handed down through the generations, and you just get to choose one.
Yeah.
It seems like it would be something that would be attached to specific characters.
Yeah, that's true, but, what can you do?
Yeah, true enough.
Ooh, this one is also horrible. The Household Detachment. So 3 Lords of War, 2 Lords of War optional. Command benefits. If primary detachment, may reroll Warlord trait and rerolls all misses in a challenge. And then Lord Baron. If primary detachment, Warlord may select one heirloom and is +1 weapon skill and +1 ballistic skill.
So, Imperial Knights can challenge?
Yeah.
What?
Yes.
No, what?
You there!
Only the Warlord, I think.
I think I would pass on that. If
I'm
an
pretty
Imperial
sure...
Knight challenged me to one-on-one combat.
Yeah, but I think Chaos Space Marines have to... Yeah, no. Chaos Space Marines have to issue and accept challenges.
Oh god.
Can you see this tiny champion? He's just like from the cultist group. He's got a 3-up weapon skill, 3-up ballistic skill, and he's just like, ah!
What if he won?
Quick, Abaddon. They have an Imperial Knight. What should we do? I declare a challenge.
And the Chaos Terminators in his bodyguard are just saying, okay, good luck with that.
Yeah, that's horrid.
See you later.
They have an interesting anti-air option, which is where you have 3 knights that all have the twin Icarus autocannon carapace mounts, which gives you, versus enemy flyers, reroll failed penetration rolls, and may reroll glances, may reroll failed to wound rolls versus flying monstrous creatures.
Are they nipple guns?
Carapace mounted? I mean... Sounds like it is a weapon at the chest area.
Nipple
I
guns.
think it's the ones that are just under the shoulders. Then there's the 3 Knights Gallants, where they get Crusader, Rage, and they also re-roll failed charge distances. So
Wow.
all in all, the new knights sound really, really fun. Really, really.
So is
cool,
that the fleet
really
rule
scary.
that does that? Like, do Imperial Knights have
Ties
fleet?
to
That has more or less covered the new knight situation.
If you heard us.
Oh yeah. But it only seemed like it was the last second.
Yeah.
They're on average weapon skill 4, ballistic skill 4, strength 10, so you do get slapped around very forcefully.
for
Bob
anybody
said,
who
I
didn't
thought the
hear
others
what
were
they
just having an
saying-
awkward silence.
For anybody who didn't hear the conversation, TLDR, Imperial Knights are broken as hell.
Yeah.
No, but they're scary, at least in formations. But at least you'll take your own formations against them, I should hope, elsewise
What's the
you're
deal with the
shooting yourself
Forgotten
in
Knight?
the foot.
I think he's a special character for the Imperial Knights.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have no bloody clue. Like, I've not seen anything about him.
He's sort of like the Black Knight, but an Imperial Knight.
Guess it's just, kind of old mythos. So, should we jump on to the next topic?
Hold on.
No?
Garantius the Forgotten Knight.
To the internet.
I've got him. He's a Knight Paladin. He has a special rule called the Forgotten Knight, which means his Iron Shield confers a 3+ invuln instead of a 4+. He can't get knightly ranks.
That's pretty good.
But apart from that, he's pretty much the same. And he's 500
Okay.
points.
Oh. Wow.
His weapon skill and ballistic skill are 5 as well.
So he gets a boost to his ballistic skill, alright. Well,
Can you attach him to squads?
Nope.
he just runs around on his own.
But then Imperial Knights can't be squads anyway.
They can only be formations.
Yeah.
Alright.
So what was the next topic? Anyway.
That would be the new Castellan robot.
The Castellan.
Castellan robot. So, you can have 2 to 6 of them in a unit. The Castellan robots, and you can have 1 to 3 data smiths in a unit, apparently.
Wow. That's pretty good for switching over the battle things.
Yeah. But they are 120 points apiece for the Castellan robots and 50 points for the data smiths. Now, the data smiths aren't, ridiculously expensive. But the Castellan robots, they're coming in at weapon skill 3 and ballistic skill 3.
Toughness 7. 3
Yeah.
So the same as artillery then, toughness-wise.
Yeah.
But they're 120 points apiece.
They have a 3-up save, which is not bloody amazing. The data smiths, on the other hand, have at least got ballistic skill 4s. And that's
And
about it.
2-up armor saves as well.
Yeah, 2-up armor saves must make them pretty nice. But that still means plasma pretty much gives them, but not much, doesn't get.
But you can take a repulsor grid, which gives the whole squad a 5+ invulnerable. And then on rolls of a 6, it bounces the shots back to the original shooter. Now, the battle protocols, I've heard conflicting
that would be the
things
thing
about
that would
these
make
battle
them good.
protocols. In some places, I've heard that it's a plus weapon skill minus ballistic skill, and then plus ballistic minus weapon skill.
I think
Be
you're
either
thinking.
Options.
I think you're thinking of the battle commands for the Skitari in that case.
Okay. So the battle protocols then are double attacks, no shooting, feel no pain, double shooting but can't move.
And they always start in the feel no pain one.
Yeah.
And it only goes into effect the following turn, once your turn starts again. Begins the game using Aegis. You may select a new protocol at the end of your turn, if there is at least one datasmith in the unit, but the change goes into effect at the start of your next turn. So, I like the sound of that. I think it's pretty cool. So set it in Protector, right? They're gigantic robots. They're going to be defending maybe something more precious behind them. So they shoot twice as much. Or is it... Yeah. So they shoot twice as much. So they can gun anything down. Then you swap them into Conquer. And then they rush into combat and just slap anything, basically.
Which, with double power fists...
That's a pretty damn hard slap.
It's like pulverized, basically. I don't look forward to... I mean, points-wise, they cost the same as a Mauler Fiend. A Mauler Fiend is the exact same point cost.
What?
They seem a bit more adaptable, though.
Yeah, it's 120 points for pretty much the same stat line as well, except it doesn't have a toughness. It instead has Walker, 12 armor on the front. And hull points, yeah.
I think the Castellan robot would win in that case.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do they get for special weapons?
They can take heavy phosphor blasters. They either get a torrent flamer or what's effectively a plasma gun with no gets hot. So a heavy phosphor blaster is a strength 6, AP 1, heavy 3, and any one that takes a wound has -1 to cover saves against any other shots.
It actually only says units hit.
Yeah, not even unsaved wounds. So you only have to score a hit on them. Like with the old scatter laser rules.
That's scary.
Definitely. So is there any other new units for the Cult Mechanicus?
Not in this round of releases, no. But there were some, slightly early leaked pictures that look pretty cool with the
Electro Priests?
Electro Priests, but also the, what are they called? The kind of servitor.
Oh, the ones on tracks?
Heavy weapon platform, yeah.
Are you sure those are servitors?
They're gonna have to be if they're driving around looking like that.
Well, they might be
my
tech
assumption.
priests. I mean, that seems like something they'd do.
It looks too menial for a tech priest. My understanding of them, at least.
Maybe. From what I've seen of it, they don't have the robes. That doesn't seem like something a tech priest would go without.
They're the Cataphrone Breachers, aren't they? Is that what we're talking about? Or Cataphrone Destroyers?
That sounds about right.
One of the two. So there's a formation, actually, which has got 2 to 3 units of Cataphrone Destroyers and 1 to 3 units of Robot Maniples, the Castellans. +1 ballistic skill and ignore cover with all shots.
Pretty decent.
I'm really hoping that Chaos Space Marines are going to be getting interesting formations soon that are not, Codex specific, that actually come with, the army.
Just like vanilla Chaos formations.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I don't know, a Chaos Cult formation that's just a shit ton of cultists that are discounted. Or something to that effect.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Like, say you get one of those demagogue-looking characters, the...
Black Apostle?
Yeah, the Dark Apostles with, like, a bunch of cultists.
Isn't there a Hellbrute formation with 1 Hellbrute and, loads of cultists? And the cultists just act like a meat shield for the Hellbrute?
Not in the Codex, at least.
No.
It would be very cool if they... I think Sebastian mentioned this before, but it would be very cool if they would replace Cultist Champions with Space Marine Aspiring Champions.
Oh, you mean like in Dawn of War?
Yes.
Yeah. It would give you a reason to field Aspiring Champions. Like, the Aspiring Champion figures, super cool, with the big axe. But I see no reason to field that unit. Too rigid.
Plus, it would make it so that one unit in a cultist mob could eat a challenge pretty damn well.
Yeah, exactly. That as well.
Don't normal CSM boxers have aspiring champions on the sprues anyway?
Yeah, more or less. I mean, this guy is slightly more unique, but that's my kind of additional point. He doesn't have a lot of customization. The aspiring champion. If you could field him in a blob of cultists, it would start making sense.
And if he
what
just
he's equipped
has
with.
the equipment that he comes with. Like, that would be the downside of having him in a bunch of cultists. He would be, like, WYSIWYG.
Maybe in one of these new Decurion detachments, when they release a new CSM codex, you'll be able to take them.
See, that's what I've kind of expected to happen, is that Chaos Space Marines aren't from the generation of getting all this fancy shit, so they will be getting it with the next codex that they get, whenever that is.
Because Eldar now, their Guardian squads, for all the squads that could have a Warlock attached to it before, can now just take a Warlock as an upgrade.
That's good. Makes it so they can't split off, I suppose.
Yeah, they couldn't anyway before.
Oh.
Yeah, you attach them at the start of the game, and then they became part of that unit.
Ah, so they were kind of like commissars in that sense.
Yeah.
So I'm currently sat with my Mauler Fiend kit. Sorry, proceed.
So I was going to say, before you had to buy like a unit of Warlocks, and then you could take them off and attach them to other squads. Now you just buy it as like a sergeant upgrade.
Cool. Speaking of commissars, that idea you had with the Vindicare Assassin using the las cannon, Icarus las cannon, a less effective but cheaper option would be putting a Lord Commissar up on there, because then he has ballistic skill 5, I think. But then you could still use the Vindicare Assassin's rifle for killing other things.
True, I think.
But how many points would you be looking
all the rules for the Vindicare.
What's that?
How many points would you be looking at for that Lord Commissar?
Lord Commissars aren't expensive if you're just having them base. I mean, he's basically, if you take him for what I mentioned, he's just going to be manning a turret anyway. So, let me check. A Lord Commissar is 65 points. He comes with Aura of Discipline, Chain of Command, Independent Character, Stubborn, and Summary Execution.
What are the special rules of Vindicare Assassin?
There's a page full. His special rules are Fearless, Infiltrate, Move Through Cover, Stealth, Dead Shot, Independent Operative, Lightning Reflexes, No Escape, Exodus Ammo, Spy Mask.
What does the dead shot rule do?
All hits excepting snapshots are precision shots.
And the Exodus ammo one?
Independent Operative, he cannot join another unit. Lightning Reflexes gives a 4-up invulnerable save, and he doesn't take penalties for charging through cover. No Escape means that it's -2 to Lookout Sir rolls against the Vindicare Assassin's wounds. And Exodus Ammo, which you probably know of. And Spy Mask, where all shots ignore cover excepting snapshots.
Right, sorry, just read the rule for the Exodus ammo.
Exodus Ammo. Choose one each shooting phase. Shield Breaker.
No, don't worry about that. Yeah, don't
What's
worry
that?
about that. So basically, the Icarus Las Cannon ignores cover, precision shots, and if he does a Lookout Sir, there's -2 to that roll with an Icarus Las Cannon. That means no jinx. That means no dodging. You could basically pick off the enemy warlord from anywhere on the table.
Well, yeah, but you could just use the Vindicare's actual rifle to do that. It's a AP2 strength. Well, it's a 4 plus always. Because it's strength X. 72-inch range.
It'd be a 2-up with the last cannon.
And if you choose the... just going back to the Exodus ammo, this is the things that he can shoot. If you pick the Shield Breaker one, he doesn't get an invulnerable save. If you pick the Turbo Penetrator against vehicles, it's strength 10. Against everything else, it's D3 wounds. And Hellfire, which wounds on a 2+ always.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he doesn't need to he doesn't need to man a las cannon. He can be a las cannon, basically.
Does he get Skyfire with his rifle?
No, he does not. So it would be good against flyers.
Okay.
Because they wouldn't be able to use their Jink save.
No, they wouldn't. Anyway, moving swiftly on.
Very scary.
Is there any... Should we ask or answer any questions that people have asked?
Did we have anything for Q&A this week?
There was a few questions that people asked just now when I posted that we were gonna have the podcast today, and some people asked some questions. Would you like to hear them?
Yeah, far away.
Alright, Chad Kennedy asked a bunch of them. As a non-Tau player, how do marker lights make you feel? They make me feel like Pathfinders have become a very high priority target.
Yeah,
well, I'll tell you what, they make me a little bit giddy. Do you know why?
Oh? How so?
Because whenever I play against my Tau opponent, marker lights aren't exactly the sturdiest of units, shall we say. So you kill him in like the first or second turn and suddenly his army's useless.
I wouldn't say that. What units does he use against you?
Like broadsides, crisis suits.
Pathfinders are the best thing to go for with marker lights.
No,
the entire squad gets them.
He has Pathfinders and he has marker light drones.
I think they can be pretty dangerous, but they have to work in tandem with other units.
Yeah, they have great potential. Look, if you're playing in a cityscape or something like that, if you're playing in a cityscape and you somehow manage to get the marker lights on a target that's not necessarily in line of sight. Wait, was it just ignores cover, or does it let you...
It also ups the ballistic skill of another squad, unless it's... it can...
Oh,
yeah.
Basically, for each successful shot, you get a token.
Yeah.
You can take 2 tokens and turn that into ignores cover, or you can increase ballistic skill by 1 per token for another unit.
Unless you have interlocking marker lights. Was that what it's called, or something like that?
Networked.
Yeah, that's it. Then it can up its own ballistic skill. So yeah. But Tau ballistic skill actually isn't all that high. It's the marker lights that make them accurate. Oddly enough.
So for anybody playing Tau, kill the marker lights?
Yes. Also, Fire Warrior Shazwi, the sergeants, they can also take a marker light. Although that's just 1.
Yeah. And it's not networked, so it doesn't help his own squad.
Yeah. So what do you guys think of jetpack units in general?
I find them fun. They're part of my tactical thing. There was this discussion I had once in a Games Workshop store about starting an army where the entirety of the group has got at least no, not jetpacks, but at least a 12-inch range movement. where for Chaos Space Marines that would fill out a very, very kind of nice role because you can use your spawn, you can use your Mauler Fiend, you can use bikes, you can use jump packs. So all those would kind of come out pretty well. They can deal with a lot of things. They can be a lot of places. It's pretty cool. You can put your Lord on a bike. You can have a Chaos Lord with a jump pack, depending on what you want.
Wouldn't work with some factions, though. Like Imperial Guard moving 12 every turn. That'd just be ridiculous.
Oh yeah, sure. But the idea was specifically within Chaos Space Marines, the idea of having a 12-inch, an army that always moves 12 inches if they need it.
Yeah. That'd be very quick.
I think he means only taking choices from the Codex, which can move 12 inches.
Yes.
Ah, I thought you meant just all units could do it.
Oh, no. Like, actually making an army, making a list, making a points list where you say, okay, I only take the units that can move 12 inches.
Is it Battleforged? Can you make a Battleforged list that does that?
Yeah, because you can take a Chaos Space Marine Lord on a bike or with a jetpack. You can... Oh shit, wait, can you? That's an excellent question. No, because what you did, this was the loophole. Well, not really the loophole. You put regular Chaos Space Marines inside a Rhino, and the Rhino can move 12 inches.
Don't Chaos Bikers count as a troop choice?
Nope.
Nah, they're fast attack.
Ah.
The other thing on jetpack units, my only experience is with jet bikes, but the rule I believe is the same. 2d6 move in assault phase is pretty useful.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, no, it doesn't feel... It isn't very good, though, if they're falling back, because then they're going a ways. It's 3d6, I think.
Yeah. I mean, that's the same for bikes or jumped infantry or anything.
Yeah, so you really don't want to break morale with the all 12-inch move army.
Yeah, sure. Look, there has to be a downside to it. Elsewise, I mean, it should be too good, right?
But take Tau for the example, because obviously this guy's a Tau player. So you've got 3 crisis suits. You've got twin linked Gatling cannons, whatever they're called, burst cannons. So you jump in 12 inches, you do what you got to do, and then you jump out 2d6.
Eventually you're going to roll a double 1 and you'll be stuck.
Yeah, but on average you're going to be moving 7 inches back.
About.
On average.
Yeah. But, it's just kind of a fun idea. It's not that it's necessarily going to be the competitive winner. It's just, it would be an interesting gimmick.
It could take someone off guard fairly easily.
I mean, something I used to do with my jet bikes, which I saw one of my friends showed me the trick with Eldar jet bikes. Is you jump in next to the enemy unit, you shoot them, and then you use the jetpack move to jump over a wall, so you break line of sight. So even if you only move 3 inches, you can still get the whole squad over the wall.
Yeah. Yeah, I've dealt with that tactic a few times.
I actually have a question for, just to put it out there. What do you guys prefer when you're painting your units? Do you tend to assemble them mostly and then start painting, or do you...
Depends on the unit, really. If it's a Valkyrie or something like that, I assemble it as far as it takes before you seal it in, like the inside, and I paint the inside, and then I assemble it the rest of the way, and then I paint the outside. But usually I just assemble it all the way.
Yeah, I assemble all my models, then spray them, then paint them. Fully assembled.
Okay.
I don't even use spray paint.
You base them by hand?
Yep.
Even big units?
Yep. I just use a big brush.
It's
Turns out well.
people always say, with Space Marines, they go, oh well, have you painted behind his bolter, the eagle? And it's like, well, no, I haven't, but you can't see it, so why does it matter?
Yeah, this is true. There are some things. I mean, it depends. If you're going to make a little model that you know that you're going to be picking up and stuff, looking at, like a nicely detailed general or something, I personally like, no matter what, to make as much detail anywhere, even if it's a tiny crevice.
Take the Ubidextrous Rhino that everybody seems to use. If you're going to make it so that the back actually comes down, you should probably paint the inside before you assemble over it, right? Like if you're going to put down the ramp for narrative reasons.
Oh, I just clear my ramp shut most of the time.
I've done it once, where I painted the insides. From now on, I'm just going to seal them all shut. There's
That
no
painful,
major
eh?
point. There's no major
I tell you
point.
what I did do one time. I had a Deathwing Land Raider. I fitted a battery pack for AA's hidden underneath the base of the tank. I scratch built a crate to go over the thing inside, painted all the interior. I fitted a circuit board behind the back of the inside of the Land Raider.
Did you make it an RC?
Lights and internal lights. No, I didn't make it RC. But I did fit internal lights and headlights.
Sweet.
With no visible wiring.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is very nice.
And some lucky fellow has it because he bought it off me on eBay.
How much did it go for?
£160.
That's pretty neat.
Oh yeah, that must have
So
been very nice looking.
it was annoying though because if I ever used it in a game, if I ever turned the lights on, you guaranteed it would die in the next turn. Without fail.
Oh yeah. So another
Anyway.
little question that they asked was, Vespid Stingwings and Kroot Carnivores, which one would you prefer if you had to pick one over the other?
What, on the tabletop?
Yeah. Kroot Carnivores or Vespid Stangwangs?
Stangwangs.
I said... Yeah, Vespid
Stingwings.
Stangwang. What do you call them?
Just stingwings.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Did you stang your wang?
No.
What?
Shush. No. Absolutely not. Right. I like the stingwings because they seem pretty. Like, for me, it's purely looks in that case. I find the stingwings look fun. I think they look fun to paint. The Kroot, on the other hand, they're kind of.
Fall short?
Yeah.
They're made for a niche that they just don't fill.
Oh,
They
give them
don't do
sniper
what?
rifles, they're good. Vespid are fine cast and Kroot are plastic, so
That's a bonus to the crew.
But yeah, take 30 Kroot in a squad, give them all sniper rifles, and
Sniper rifles.
laugh your way to winning.
Nice.
Yep,
I didn't think they could take sniper rifles.
they can indeed.
What's the range? Just basic 36 inches?
I don't know. I haven't got Tau Codex here.
Huh. But yeah, that does seem rather nice. I'm guessing that their ballistic skill is 3.
Or even 4, I'm not sure.
So yeah. Which one would you choose over the other? Shadow Sun or Farsight? A lot of Tau questions.
Yeah. What's with the Tau questions? Come on. What about Typhus versus Karn or something cool? You know.
You can really tell Sebastian is a Chaos player.
What? Never. Absolutely. By the way, the answer is Typhus, of course. Shadow Sun versus who? Sorry, Farsight.
That's heresy, man. That's not even heresy. That's like chaos heresy. That's double heresy.
Khan doesn't even exist anymore.
Oh, he doesn't?
He does, he's just
Well, he
not
was
played as
taking out
much.
He wasn't in the Corn Demon King Codex.
Yeah, but he's not part of the Demon King group.
He isn't a demon, you gotta give him that.
Well,
That's the idea, anyhow. The Demon King is meant to be a specific, warband. So putting him in would mean that he was part of the Demon King group. I mean, I like that they would...
Karn is his own group.
Of different Corn units.
I mean, come on, the guy is Karn the Betrayer. And Karn is based off of an Arabic word which means to betray. So to Arabic players, his name is Betrayer the Betrayer.
Woo! We heard you like betrayal. So we put some betrayal in your betrayal.
So you
Lovely.
can betrayal while you betrayal.
So yeah, back to Shadow Sun versus Farsight, as far as usefulness goes.
Farsight. I like the sword. Also, the model itself can, I saw this picture where this person has assembled Farsight, and you know how it's kind of leaning back a bit?
Yeah.
Which means that the center of gravity is a fair bit back, so you can actually have your mini tilting over the edge, leaning back towards the table, where at least 70% of the base is actually just out in midair, if you do it right. It was
just quickly.
This makes me feel uneasy. Yes, go ahead.
Sniper rounds on crew. 24 inches, strength X, AP 6, heavy 1 sniper. Ballistic skill 3.
Huh, that's pretty decent. It'd be hell for any unit trying to get into close combat with them while they're entrenched.
I'm gonna have to round off for today. It is 8
let's
o'clock,
wrap up
actually.
anyway, because it is an hour.
Oh yeah. Personally though, just to round off, I'd go with Shadow Sun, because she just gives buffs to in a lot of ways to your army. Plus she's very mobile and hard to take down with all those drones.
Okay, Seb, quickly, you want to do shout-outs?
What's that?
Just to all the viewers, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. I hope that you'll
Tell
keep
your
on
friends.
following us. Exactly. Tell your friends, tell your family, the more the merrier. Maybe not so much your family if they're not exactly Warhammer fans, but you get the gist of it. Yes, it's pretty fun doing this, and we hope to carry on, doing such.
See you next Sunday at around,
Same time.
Yeah.
Same time.
And next time, by the way, sorry, I should have another match to talk about, because I should be battling my friend Space Wolves with my Chaos Space Marines. He just got a Venerable Dreadnought. I just got myself a Mauler Fiend, which means there's going to be some pretty cool slappage going on.
Don't forget our Imperial Knight standoff.
That I will not. We can
That'll be next
definitely
week
talk
as
about
well.
next time.
Cool.
Cheers.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Cheers.